welcome everyone to Spectrios Institute's 35th birthday party. I'm Gene Honda. I know, normally we'd be together for our largest fundraiser of the year, our annual gala. But we know we can't do that, so we thank you for taking the time for joining us for this wonderful milestone. As usual, we have our auctions going on, so please bid generously on all the items. You can still make a donation. Every gift helps, no matter how big or how small. Because we're all supporting Spectrios Institute and their mission of empowering children and adults with severe vision loss, regardless of their income. So again, thanks for joining us. Sit back and enjoy the next hour where we'll look back at the past, the present, and the future of Spectrios Institute. Right now, let's check in with former board chairman David Gieser, current board chairman Peter Winfrey, and of course, executive director Dr. Tracy Williams.
Well, this is a very fun time for me here because I am joined by two of the greatest board chairmen an executive director could ever hope to work with. And I have to tell you that the mission that we have today has been greatly influenced because of these two board chairmen. I have with me today Dr. David Gieser, renowned glaucoma specialist and son of our founder, the late great P.K. Gieser. And he was with us for the first 14 years of this mission. And those, we'd have to be honest, were lean and trying times, but we were so fortunate to have the leadership in place with Dr. Gieser, who never gave up. And secondly, we have Peter Winfrey with us. And what a special person Peter Winfrey is, because he has such heart. He has vision loss himself. He has been an amazing person as far as the business world, because he has fantastic environmental companies that are making a difference. And he kills me in golf. He's had 3 holes in 1. He was a charter member of the Foundation Fighting Blindness. And he also is a very determined and persistent person who's also helped this mission advance. How about we start with Dr. David Gieser? So what was it like, Dr. Gieser, when your father said, we need you to be the board chairman?
It was actually a very stressful experience. in the sense that we had just, the Wheaton Eye Clinic physicians had purchased a house next to the Wheaton Eye Clinic. We needed some help, and my father went to Mrs. Dykey, who provided seed money to allow us to remodel the house. And then I'll just say parenthetically, I made one of the most important decisions of my life. I hired Tracy Williams. And then the house was finished, and then we had the dedication and an open house in our new facility. And right after that, we had our first board meeting. And weeks after the first board meeting, my father died. And so at the very beginning of a dream, he was not able to continue to participate in the fulfillment of that dream. And that's when I say it was stressful, indeed, we had a dream, we had an idea. And in the midst of all that, now 35 years ago, my father had died. And so that was how I became involved. And I was a charter member of the first board, so I was there, I was ready. But it was quite the transition in those first few weeks.
I think that what was very helpful for me, because I had no business skills, and I think Pete will tell you that hasn't changed too much.
My dear colleagues at the Wheaton Eye Clinic for the first several years gave nearly $40,000 a year just to keep our doors open. But I remember awakening at 2, 3 in the morning with a staff of 4 and $500 in the checking account, and thinking, can we make this thing go? What the difference maker was, Tracy was a visionary. He had a sense of what was needed and what could be done to change the lives of people. And that, Tracy, you kept me going.
It's funny because you kept me going. I think we both belong to that important club, the little locomotive that said, I think I can, right? But you also did something else that was amazing. And that was you really had a vision of the Institute side of us, because you did a little research and you had a publication that actually talked about what we were trying to do here. And it caught the attention of my mentor, the late, great Eleanor Fay. Could you tell us a little bit about what you wrote?
Well, I have been involved in research, ophthalmic research, primarily in the area of glaucoma my entire life, so I'm aware of refereed publications. And one of the key publications for ophthalmology is named Ophthalmology. That's the name of the journal. And so I wrote an article in a scientific format and had direct connection with the chief editor of Ophthalmology, who then published it. And we told a story of having a dream, buying an old beat up house, remodeling it, and then opening our doors to help those who had experienced visual difficulties. And this caught the attention of the professional community, ophthalmologists nationwide. And I had then the opportunity to speak at national ophthalmology meetings to tell our story. And it was a story of fulfillment. It was a story of pursuing a dream and challenging those around us to saying, we were able to do this. Why don't you join us? Because there were literally, even presently, 3.2 million people in the United States who are visually impaired, and there's need.
Yes. And by the way, your family, oh my gosh, your wife, Mary, terrific. How about that brother of yours, Dr. Richard Gieser? He really helped our heart moving as well in the direction of missions and training.
Mhm.
And I think all of this balance has really helped us advance, because I think when people see what we're trying to do here, it's hard not to want to get behind this. So 35 years later, well, I'm going to put you on hold for just a second here. And now I want to talk to Peter Winfrey. So Pete, you were a charter member of the Foundation Fighting Blindness, and we so desperately needed to have a video done explaining exactly what we were doing here. And you came by one time and had the low vision examination done. And I think that was the catalyst for us then to really have a patient, but a person who was really trying to develop a national approach to finding cures. But when you get a guy like that on your side, oh my gosh. So what has your experience been with this mission, Pete?
As I got involved with Spectrios, I didn't quite have that feeling of appreciation of the massive shoulders that we were standing on. And this gala celebration of the 35th anniversary has certainly given me an appreciation for what the early days were like. And I know all about starting businesses, and I know how difficult. And we were running pretty darn smoothly when I took the reins. But boy, the first 20 years, first the startup point. I really appreciate that. And PK Geezer and Edwin Dykey and Lois Dykey and David and all the early board members and early staff members, early donors and volunteers, they have my utmost respect and admiration. And while I'm on that dual theme of respect and admiration, David, I would like to echo what you said about Tracy. And for me, it's remarkable that one man can shepherd, can steward this mission into bigger and greater things, yet maintain that core set of values that was instituted right from day one. So Tracy, as much as I like to pick on you, I'm going to give you a break today and take my hat off to you for being a man of vision and a man who's steadfastly guarded this mission.
We all know that a house, a family is a team thing. And so thank you for saying that. But I think in trying to wrap this love fest up here, I would just say, I would be curious as to what your two opinions are. We've made it 35 years. What do you think we need to go even higher? And what do you think are some of the goals?
What comes to mind? Accessibility, broadly, nationwide, and ability to transfer concepts, transfer paradigms, algorithms of how you care for the eye, the heart, and the mind. This is a unique combination, and it's caught the attention nationwide in the folks who observe vision rehabilitation. How then can we take this concept more broadly and make it more accessible to the millions to come across the country?
It's not just the future, it's totally intact right now, but one of the good things that's happened to the visually impaired community is this tremendous progress being made in access technology. So the world is not closed off to anybody that's affected by one of these diseases. And Spectrios has got this whole downstairs wing that just has nothing but these devices and trained people who can coach the new patients on using them. So speaking as one who has gone through all this vision loss and the new access, it's miraculous that we can communicate and stay on top of things, and it certainly helps the heart and the mind by being tuned into what's going on in the world. And I get such gratification from the seeing the kids come in, and they're 12, 14 years old, and they're just whizzes at these things, and and there's no way that they're going to be held back by something like lack of central vision.
In my own thinking, absolutely, the Lord has a plan, and the work with David Geezer and Peter Winfrey has just been amazing, and I think our future bodes well. Very, very excited about our future potential. We'll be doing more strategic planning. You both will be there, and thank you both for your time today and your thoughtful and inspiring words. You're two of the kindest people that I know.
Throughout the years, Spectrios Institute's been very fortunate to have some great people working there, and not just working there, but there for long amounts of time. Tonight, we're happy to be able to recognize one of those people who's retired recently, and that's Diane Levine.
Well, I'm thrilled to be here with a retirement tribute to a very special person today, Diane Levine. Now, Diane, we were hoping to have this tribute for you last year, but we ran into that little pandemic thing. But we are so glad that as the mission charged forward, and you know about that, how this mission has so much stuffing that, and you stuff the mission a lot, by the way, of what this mission is all about. And gosh, you being there for so many years and me being able to be alongside of you, raising money so that we could help children and adults with vision loss. How blessed could I be, and the board and the staff, and oh my gosh. And so that's why when you retired, of course, we cried for about 6 months, but we realized that you are a grandma, you're going to be a grandma. And, you know, we were just so blessed with your creativity. And I think that you were a person that you were very good at galas. I would say that you're like the mother of our galas, and you weren't too bad at golf events too, and pretty darn good at holiday appeals. And then you could run to my aid when a toilet was broken, or the roof blew off, or ducks flew into the house or something. It was just great. And of course, we had a lot of laughs like that as well.
We did. We sure
But
did.
I just thought, to get this started, before I ask you any questions, I just want to know if you might recognize some of these things, because you probably remember forcing me to wear
Yes.
these, like the jockey for the Kentucky Derby. Now, we made some money though, didn't we? For the
Yeah.
Compassion Fund and
Yeah.
the Seeds Believing. We didn't do bad.
No.
And then, oh man, when you let me, you know, dress up as Mr. Monopoly, I mean, oh my gosh, that was
a really fun one. It really was. We
Yeah.
had the costumes and the hats, and it was, and the props were really cool. And we did again really well. We were blessed with donors and patients who have wanted to support our mission in such a big way. Though the gala and the golf were such important fundraisers.
Yeah.
For sure.
And you and I had that great mentor, Dorothy Troyer. She was great, wasn't she? And of course, her husband is Clarence, who the Volunteer of the Year Award was named after. But both the Troyers were Volunteer of the Year.
Ironically, one of the very first introductions to Spectrios was meeting Clarence and Dorothy. You know, I worked there as a temp first, and then I took a little sabbatical and came back full time. But when I went for my interview that second time with Dorothy, they both stood up and hugged me, and they were so happy to see me. And I said, who goes on an interview where the people who are interviewing are hugging you and want you to come? And
yeah, well, that's because it was sort of a stacked deck, because she already told me, they both told me, you better hire Diane, you knucklehead. And so it was an easy choice. And
but then, you know, you knew it was a good fit because we were like a family. I mean, it was just an awesome way to start a new job.
Right.
Sure, you know, and
well,
we
had so many great ones, like Leah and Connie as well. And, you know, when you think of how lucky we were, we had so many of our staff that worked for a long time. And what a tribute to the power of this mission. You know, it's been great.
We were in the tiny little old house sometimes people had to serve people in the kitchen, and when we wanted to use the Xerox machine, we'd have to run out the front door and go in the back door down the basement to use the machine. But
Mhm.
we made it work. And
Yeah.
that first experience was awesome. But like many people, when I started, I thought visual rehabilitation, oh, what is that? I figured completely blind people using Braille, canes. And I was so surprised to find out that you're actually working with people who are partially sighted. I remember one terrible winter, we had someone on the schedule and we didn't think they were going to show up, but we called their house and no answer. So we had no choice but to wait. Well, sure enough, they showed up. They were coming from a really long distance. And we kind of said to them, gee, why did you come all this way? And the lady said, I could not wait one more minute to see again. I haven't seen for years. And that's kind of how it is with our patients. Once they finally find us, which is half the
Mhm.
battle.
When you don't have insurance really paying for their prescriptive devices, you came up with a compassion fund that was great, and all the brainstorms and the hard work and long nights. You always were the longest worker here too. And I'll just share with you that Mimi, our new director of development, is just so excited to follow your footsteps.
Oh, that's
And
great.
we've decided in the Troyer Business Development Office that we have to put a placard right next to your desk. So we're
Oh my
gonna do that.
Oh, that is
We're gonna
so
put a
nice.
placard right next to where you sat, and
Oh,
we're gonna have some special words there.
oh, I'm honored.
And
Oh my gosh.
that's so that when I hover with Mimi around there, we might scratch our heads and say, what the heck would Diane think about this? So I guess we could talk all night, but I guess the last thing I just have to ask you is, for this 35th celebration,
Mhm.
do you think that this prop would be a good one or not?
Yes, I love it.
Congratulations, Diane, and thank you very much. If you're like me, you wonder why Spectrios is called Institute. Well, it's because in addition to all the good work being done there in the House of Hope, they also train doctors in low vision. Preparing that next generation of low vision specialists is very important. And now here's Dr. Josh Robinson of the Vanderbilt Eye Institute to tell us a bit about his experience at Spectrios Institute.
Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Josh Robinson, Director of Low Vision Rehabilitation at the Vanderbilt Eye Institute in Nashville, Tennessee. I was one of many residents to be fortunate enough to spend part of my training in low vision rehabilitation at the Spectrios Institute, learning the triad of treating patients in their head, heart, and eyes, and not just providing comprehensive, sound, evidence-based clinical care, but attempting to treat the whole person. This work done by Spectrios in training me and many of my colleagues around the country remains incredibly important as the demographic in this nation ages, and age-related eye conditions such as macular degeneration and glaucoma continue to cause dramatic increases in the number of individuals suffering from permanent vision impairment and blindness. The Spectrios model of treating the head, heart, and eyes is something that I have attempted to apply to my patient care here at Vanderbilt. And I know I speak for a lot of my colleagues who have come through the program in stating just how important the training that Spectrios provides has been for us in learning comprehensive low vision rehabilitation care. So to Dr. Williams, the incredible staff at Spectrios, everyone who is there and has been there, I want to say thank you. The work you do is incredibly important, especially in this realm of training the future generation of low vision care providers and attempting to meet this growing need in our country and in our world at large. So thank you. Happy 35th birthday, and hoping for another 35 years of really important, impactful work. Thanks a lot.
Now for something really special, because we're thrilled to be honoring 3 exceptional award winners this year. And it's important that we recognize these people, businesses, and organizations that work behind the scenes that help support the Institute and are dedicated to this mission of helping children and adults with low vision throughout their time, talent, and generous support throughout the years. First, the Clarence Troyer Volunteer of the Year goes to Greg Rajewski.
Well, I'm happy to be here to once again have the privilege of awarding the Clarence Troyer Volunteer of the Year Award. And I'm so excited to be with you, Greg. You are the recipient. Greg Rojewski has been a tireless volunteer for us, and he's been the outstanding graphic designer that's been behind so many of our galas and invitations, and it's a big job. And if we didn't have you behind us, I don't think we could have all that fun and so on and so forth. But I just have to tell you, what touches me personally is that philanthropic drive that you actually have. And so many times we are so blessed that maybe people in their personal life have somebody that has a vision loss. So they personally have lived and witnessed what it's like. And I wonder if you just might, Greg, share with us what your family experience has been.
Yeah, so my father, I think it was close to 8 years ago, had a stroke. And with his recovery, he ended up losing his vision. And it was a really difficult time. But, you know, I learned in different ways to communicate with him when I would visit him at the nursing home by, you know, playing music that he used to love, you know, reaching out, touching him more, giving him hugs. I know we can't really do that right now. But yeah, that happened shortly after I started working with Diane Levine on all the Spectrios materials. And it made me feel like I wanted to even help more with Spectrios because I don't personally know what it's like to live with low vision, but with it affecting my dad, it's a struggle.
And the fact that you chose to honor your father and be involved with our mission just is, it's such a win-win-win thing, you know. We're so pleased, our board and our staff, that people like you step up and help us, because when we get expert graphical design talent like you, I mean, that just saves money. So now we can use that in our compassion fund to help children and adults who need services. And I know that you know that. Thank you so much for being the great volunteer that you are. And I just think that your example as well is such a powerful one for many of the people that might be watching right now. So congratulations. By the way, if you asked yourself, who is Clarence Troyer? Clarence Troyer was a volunteer here, and he had retired, but we really needed some finance savvy. We needed somebody that was good at financials, and he actually volunteered like you. It just a tireless, you know, he was here every week almost, it seemed, and just made sure that everything worked out great. And his wife, Dorothy, was the director of development right before Diane, so the Troyer family. So yeah, it's both of them were fantastic volunteers, and so are you. Thank you so much, Greg.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm very honored to be the recipient of the award this year. and
Thank
humbled.
you. Thank you so much. And we'll see a lot more of you around.
Oh
so.
yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Okay.
Let me know when you need anything.
Thank you so much. And
Okay.
good job on the current birthday party. Oh my gosh. Can you believe 35 years?
No,
Oh,
it's crazy.
time just flies.
Yeah. But it's awesome. And I'm excited to continue working with Spectrios.
Thank you so much, Greg.
Thank you.
The Partner with Vision Award goes to Painters District Council number 30.
Why, hello there, Ryan Anderson.
Dr.
How are
Williams,
you doing?
Very good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm especially pleased today to be here with you to present the Partner with Vision Award to you and to the Painters District Council number 30. And I believe you're the head man there.
Thank you.
Is that true?
It is. Yeah, and we're definitely very honored to receive the award. So thank you. Thank you for thinking of us, and thank you for presenting it to us.
Well, first of all, before I should have said this before you even started to talk, but you cannot say how old you were the first time I gave you an eye examination. Okay, remember that.
It was much shorter at the time.
Yeah. But Ryan, first of all, you've been such a delight for our board and staff. You are our youngest board member, and now you're our oldest board member. No, I'm just kidding. You're still our youngest board member. But first of all, the Painters District Council is very special to us. First of all, when I think about how many people have benefited with the training to become painters. And oh my gosh, we are so lucky at the Dike House of Hope here to have this sometimes as a place where they can show off all their fantastic skills. And I'll just say, working with those painters that are trained with you there is fantastic. All the jobs and all the people's lives that you have enriched. So thank you. And you've accepted everything. We begged you so many times. And with that same smile that you have, it's sure we can help you out. And you've helped the Dike House of Hope be special. I just wanted to ask you, in the many years, because we've extended your board term to life, as you darn well know, but is there anything that pops in your mind as to serving this mission? Is there anything that you could express?
Sure. Yeah, thanks. So, our organization, similar to Spectrios, places a lot of emphasis on giving back. And I appreciate the nice things you said about our painters and drywall finishers. They are some of the most talented, dedicated professionals in the industry. And what's great about it is that they want to serve. Our membership wants to serve, and they want to give back to great organizations like Spectrios, which in turn is a win-win for us. And we're particularly fond of your children's program, the Seeing is Believing. And we feel that, if we can keep your Dike House of Hope looking good, then that's, more resources that can go towards providing eye exams for children, glasses, adaptive devices. And that just warms our hearts and makes us feel good, and makes us, a good partner in the neighborhood with you all. And as long as we're willing to able to provide those services to you, and you guys are going to accept them, we're happy to help.
Gladly. And oh my gosh, when the pandemic first hit, we couldn't go out and see those kids out in the schools, but we kept the Dike House of Hope safe, as you're well aware, and we created a low vision clinic downstairs, and you helped us make that happen. So you helped us pivot and how lucky this mission is to have you and the Painters Council 30 behind us. Thank you so much, Ryan.
We're hoping for many more.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Tracy.
The Dr. Eleanor Fay Award goes to Dr. Mark Daly.
Well, it's a real privilege for me to be with a doctor that I have the highest regard for. We have had a long history together, about 35 years, I think. And Mark Daly has been so special to us. He was special to us, not just from the beginning, but, just with his whole philosophy that I was aware of, where he was really patient-centric. And I'll tell you that this year, actually last year, but the pandemic held us back, but we developed the Dr. Eleanor Fay, MD Award. And the first recipient of that is my guest here, Dr. Mark Daly. And I want to congratulate you. She was a person when I trained that I thought she was one of the finest ophthalmologists like you. She was on the rehab side of the fence, but you also received an award for us. I just have to bring up two. In 2007, you also received an award from us for Partner with Vision, for all your support and kindness. So right off the bat, I'll let you talk a bit, but I just want you to know what a pleasure it is for us to name you as the recipient of the Eleanor Fay Award here.
Well, that's very kind of you to say, Tracy. I have had the Spectrios Institute in my heart for the last 35 years because we stand beside each other and work together to try to help our patients. That, as you know, it was originally started by the founder of the Wheaton Eye Clinic, P. Kenneth Geezer, who developed macular degeneration. And when he found out there was no treatment for it, he said, well, surely there should be some sort of visual aids or something I can do to continue to do the things I want to do. And he looked around and there wasn't any. So he said, we should start that effort. And he began what ultimately became the Spectrios Institute. And despite our best efforts, we still have patients who lose their vision. And usually not total to where they're totally blind and can't find their way around. They usually have some vision, and those are the patients that can be particularly enhanced with visual aids. And that's something I don't do. I don't have the expertise to do. I don't have the time to do, but I do have an entire house and staff that do that. So when my patients get to the point where they need that kind of assistance, I'm always glad that I can turn to them and say, look, I have an answer for you that can help you through this time. And that's when I refer them to you, and you help them work through this difficult time.
That is so well said, and so inspiring. And I think some of the people that are watching this right now are really getting the full picture of the co-management. And one thing that you've been so great at is your timing. In other words, instead of waiting until a person has such a severe vision loss, as soon as you see that some of their functional needs need to be addressed, it's great how you give me a call and let me know, and you spend the time to express exactly what you think the patient needs as far as what their goals are. But that's what I think Dr. Fay would be so pleased to hear, that a top retinal ophthalmologist like you sees the whole picture. So congratulations. I should also mention that your late wife, Martha, was a board member here and one of our clinic rooms is actually dedicated to her. So Dr. Fay and your late wife, Martha, fantastic. But I'll tell you that one of these days I will finally convert you from a St. Louis Cardinal fan to a Chicago White Sox fan. And because you play the piano so well, pretty soon I'm going to probably ask you to take me out to the ballpark. You and I've had fun going to the ballpark. The pandemic has slowed us down, but gosh, thank you so much for being such a complete person. And the Wheaton Eye Clinic's been so great all these years. Thank you, Dr. Mark Daly. You're fantastic.
I read a column the other day, and at the end of the column, he said he thought the keys to happiness was having something to do, someone to love, and something to hope for. And I think that's what the Spectrios Institute does. I have patients, and if they can't read and if they can't do the things that they've been doing, they may have trouble finding something to do.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know that the Spectrios can find them somebody to love, except for you. But
Not
you
always. Yeah.
But you can provide them something to hope for.
Yeah.
That I sent a patient to another doctor one time who was very skilled, and they had a child who had, unfortunately, a non-treatable problem. And he made the proper diagnosis, and they came back and they said, we never want to go there again because he took away our hope.
Right.
He made the correct diagnosis, but she said, I never want to see him again because he took away our hope. And that's what you mean when you talk about the whole person. That even if my patients lose some of their vision, by having the Spectrios Institute available and the type of attitude that you profess, I can send them there and you can give them hope that their life is not over, that they still have something that they can do, and that they still have something that they can hope for.
Well, thanks again. It's always fun chatting with you, and thank you for all the patience. And I'm looking forward to a lot more fun ahead. So go Sox.
Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate everything that you do, and thank you for the honor.
Thank you.
Spectrios is celebrating another fantastic milestone this year, the 30th anniversary of their Seeing is Believing program. For 30 years, Spectrios staff has gone up and down the state of Illinois with this K through 12 in-school outreach program for children with low vision. Done in collaboration with special education vision professionals, this program is entirely funded by donations and has benefited thousands of children. They're provided with full exams and the tools to help them be successful in the classroom and beyond. We're so pleased to recognize the dedicated work of Dr. Mary Jordan, who has led Seeing is Believing for 25 years. She's someone we're very proud to have as a member of the Spectrios team and so grateful for her incredible work with these kids. Thank you, Dr. Jordan. Now we're going to hear from Dario Perkins. Dario is a Seeing is Believing student who's sharing his personal story with us and how Spectrios Institute has been a part of his journey.
Hi, my name is Dario Perkins. I'm 18. I go to Streamwood High School. I first found out about Spectrios around freshman year. I didn't really have glasses then, and I got headaches like literally every day. My vision teacher signed me up for it, and Spectrios basically helped me get glasses and other things that I needed to like be successful in school. The type of disorder I have is called albinism, and it's basically you don't have any pigmentation in your skin, hair, or eyes. Well, there's different levels to it, but that's my type of albinism that I have. Um, and like, growing up with this type of disorder, um, it was kind of difficult for me, uh, just doing anything pretty much, like um, just like doing my homework because um, before I had vision assistants, uh, the teachers never really enlarged the print for me. So they kind of strained my eyes even more. And um, like when I was younger, the teachers, I didn't really tell anybody what I needed. So the teachers would just put me anywhere in the classroom. So I couldn't see in the front of the class. So um, as I got older, I had to learn that you have to ask for what you need because people aren't gonna, you can't read your mind pretty much. I'm just so grateful for the Seeing is Believing program because that's how my vision teacher found out um, about me being able to get free glasses and materials and stuff. And growing up, I kind of always knew that I had a visual disability pretty much. But it didn't really hit until about fourth grade. Um, I'm a very competitive person. So my math teacher in fourth grade, she said, we're gonna have a competition. Um, and whoever wins, they get ice cream or something like that. And I was in the middle of the classroom. And usually she'll just like give us papers, but that time she would like write on the board and whoever answered it first gets the point. And I'm very good at math, but I cannot see a single problem like at all. And I just felt so like unequal to everyone else pretty much. And I was just like, dang. And then, I still kind of struggle with that a little bit because um I have to go through like um a long process to even be able to drive and stuff. But um I've come to the realization that not everyone is the same, and use um you have to use your gifts to pretty much help everyone else. So like um I might not be able to see that well, but I make good music. So if somebody, wants to make music, I'm like, oh, I can produce a beat or engineer for you or something, Like um your weakness um can be someone else's strength too. Like I remember I remember I think I was eighth grade. The first time I ever went to a NOAA conference, it was this person that had worse vision than me. And he said, he said that, um, one second. He said that no matter what you go through, if you believe that you can do something, then you'll be able to do it. Like no matter what it is, pretty much. And that's pretty much been my motto ever since I heard that pretty much. And yeah, so I'm just grateful for everyone and happy birthday, Spectrios.
Thank you, Dario. That is the Spectrios mission in action. And the impact really hits when you hear the positivity and confidence of this inspiring young man. Next, we're pleased to introduce you to Caterina Raimondi. Caterina is a patient at Spectrios Institute and a true success story in what the head, heart, and eyes philosophy can accomplish.
Hello, my name is Caterina Raimondi. I am a patient at Spectrios. My background is that I was born in Italy, and for many, many years, I suffered with low vision. No one ever knew anything about it because I faked it most of the time. I have issues in school, and while I was in school, they did some vision tests and they said that I had probably a lazy eye. So they um, prescribed glasses to watch TV and also to read with and everything. That really didn't help me at all. So for years and years, I suffered with problems with my vision and not being able to participate in some things, especially sports in school and so forth, because I wouldn't be able to follow the ball or whatever. I got a little older. As a teenager, I went to see different doctors myself while we were here in the States. And they all said, oh, these glasses are going to help you. They never saw my actual problem and spent tons of money on new glasses, contact lenses, and whatever. Nothing really helped. Went through college and everything, and I continue faking it. I had problems with night vision, and when the room was a little bit dimmer lights, it was always problems for me. So I ended up working for Northwestern Memorial Hospital as a radiographer, and I loved that job. But I started having more issues, not being able to read the requisitions for whatever test I needed to have progressive. I'm sorry, I'm just a little nervous about this. So one of my patient came in and I found out that he was a doctor. So I said, what's your specialty? He mentioned that he was the head of ophthalmology at Northwestern. And I told him that I was having so many issues and nobody could pinpoint what the problem was. So he invited me to go see him. And within 30 seconds of seeing him, he pinpointed I had retinitis pigmentosa. I had no idea what that was. He told me that progressively the cells in my retina will be dying. And by the time I would be probably 75 or so, I wouldn't have any vision. At that point, I'm like, I'm only in my early 20s. I have no problem. Who knows, by then they'll come up with a cure. So I went back to work feeling kind of relieved that I knew what the problem was finally, but I was very, very nervous about it because there was no cure. Fast forward years, 10 years or so, I started having problems with my retina. I had excruciating pain with my eye. And when I went to see an ophthalmologist, because I didn't know what else to do, it was actually stabbing pain around my eye and everything. So I went to see the ophthalmologist. He said that my retina had dropped, so they had to reattach it. So to make the story a little shorter, I ended up having surgery on my eyes, which it got even worse. So there was no vision at the point of not being able to work anymore. I was so devastated. I was so upset, and I had panic attacks and also anxiety and everything. And I went into such deep depression that because I couldn't work anymore, doing the work that I really loved and went to school for, I worked really hard, even with my low vision and everything, couldn't do it anymore. So years down the road, finally got into social media on Facebook. And there were so many different kind of support groups for people with retinitis pigmentosa or with people who have low vision of any other kind or no vision at all. And they were mentioning many times that how many different jobs these people held, even with no vision. And I'm like, I wish I had the money for that. You know, I wish I could go back to school and do something that I could do with no vision. So at one time, somebody mentioned that the Department of Human Services Rehab's division, they were able to help you out with going back to school and paying for the school and whatever needs to. So I called and they told me that I could open up a file and they could take care of this for me, but I needed to go see an ophthalmologist of their choosing. So they recommended going to Spectrios. So from the moment I walked into the place, it just felt like walking into a comfortable place like home. The very first person was Inca, wonderful young lady, then Dr. Park, and then Christine and Katrina, awesome bunch of ladies. They made me feel like I was not a person who is broken. And so I had a couple of tests done. Then they sent me down to see Christine. Oh my gosh, what an amazing place. Never would imagine all the technology there and everything. Christine was so wonderful to explain and show me all different technology there. Was really amazing. It's just like eye-opening experience. I did not know some of the equipment that was available out there. So hopefully I could continue getting some of it. So from then on, I went into school. I'm almost done with my chosen career, second career, which is massage therapy. And I'll be graduating in May. So through Department of Human Services Rehab Division, it was like a godsend to be sent to Spectrios and see what they could do for me. And I actually asked Dr. Park afterwards if I could continue going to visit, see her and everyone else there, because I felt really comfortable. Not such a sterile place like other doctors' offices that I was going before, feeling awkward and so forth. So I felt really, really comfortable. So I thank God that something clicked and I was able to go back to school through Department of Human Service, sending me to Spectrios. It was such a great blessing. And thank you, ladies, and thank you, Spectrios, for all you have done for me and other people in my behalf or their behalf. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So happy birthday, Spectrios, and for many, many more years of helping people through this horrible crisis of vision issues. Thanks again.
Thank you so much, Katerina. As her story shows, everything happening at the Spectrios Institute is truly changing lives. Your donations and support have been game changers for Dario, for Katerina, and for so many people who, just like them, have struggled with the challenges of low vision. Well, we're getting ready to wrap things up, so get on those last-minute auction bids. If you don't win your item, please make a donation anyway, because every gift helps. Hopefully a year from now, we'll be able to get together in person. Hopefully this fall, a lot of us will get together on the golf course to make fun of Dr. Williams and his yellow Thunderbird. But in the meantime, thank you for joining the party tonight. Good night, everyone. We're going to send you off with one last fun fact and those extra special birthday shout outs from some of our wonderful supporters. Thank you again. Have a great evening.
Hello, happy birthday, Spectrios. It's so nice to be able to share this celebration with you. My name is Karen Thomas, and I'm coming to you from Connecticut to wish all of you a very, very happy birthday. Spectrios has been an important part of my life for a long time. I cannot even begin to tell you how it changed my life when I walked in that door the very first time. However, I'm also wanting to tell you that it changed my life. It's a wonderful organization, and I'm going to be making a donation for the birthday so that people just like me who have vision issues can come and get the help they need that they'll get nowhere else. So happy birthday, Spectrios. Have a great party and enjoy that time. And to the staff, job well done. Thank you so much for your time.
Hey Spectrios, this is Herm Schneider, the head trainer of the Chicago White Sox and now the emeritus status. Happy birthday, happy 35th birthday. I've been with Spectrios and Tracy Williams for the whole 35 years and want to wish you guys a very happy birthday and many more to come. Good luck.
Hi, everybody. This is Ken Harrelson calling in with a big shout out and happy 35th birthday to Tracy Williams and all the great folks at Spectrios. During our last 35 years, they've treated over 40,000 people, and I'm one of them, so I speak from experience. They treated me for everything from cataracts to dislocated retinas, detached retinas, everything. And he's used people like Kurt Paco, like Jim Knowles, Dave Bushevsky. And I'll tell you one thing right now, Peter Winfrey's been a big, big help to the people of Spectrios. So happy 35th and many more to come. You can put that on the board, yes.
My name is Robert Hammerschmidt, not Bob Hammerschmidt. No, Robert. They call me Hammer. I don't remember how I stumbled on this guy, Tracy Williams, but I did. But it's the 35th year. It's quite a place. It's helped a lot of people, including me. And it's in here to help the people as much as we can. And in the future, my job is to help a little bit I can help. So it's a great place. It's helped a lot of people.
My name is Graham Shepard, wishing Spectrios a very happy 35th birthday. I've been a patient at the Dykey House for, I believe, 32 of those 35 years. And from the time I was a 6-year-old kid walking through those doors to today, the one thing I found suspicious is that Dr. Williams doesn't seem to have aged at all in that time. So I hope someone's looking into that. But in all seriousness, as a kid growing up with low vision, I can't tell you how much it has meant to me to have a place like Spectrios as a constant in my routine and as part of my story, to give me not only the tools I've needed, but the support and the confidence to navigate this crazy world. So I just want to thank Dr. Williams, the whole Spectrios staff, for making me feel like a VIP every time I walk through the doors, even though they've known full well that I am a Cubs fan. Happy birthday, Spectrios.
Happy birthday, Spectrios. My name is Don Davia. I was a rehab counselor for the state of Illinois, and I started in 1968 in DuPage County, introducing blind services and life after school for visually impaired people. It was in 1983 that I first met Dr. Kenneth Kieser, and within a 2-hour meeting, we planned the entire program that eventually became Spectrios, giving people an opportunity to have a better life. It was my pleasure to meet him, and it's my thrill to see that his work has continued for 35 years.
Congratulations to Spectrios on their 35th anniversary serving visually impaired persons and their families. Dr. Tracy Williams and I shared a practice in the early 1980s. When he told me of his plan to start a state-of-the-art vision rehabilitation facility, I wondered if he was a little bit crazy, but I had no doubt that he would succeed. Today, Spectrios is the premier vision rehabilitation program in the Midwest and a model for the treatment modality we call vision rehabilitation. In addition to providing direct care, Spectrios has trained many practitioners who are now in major medical centers throughout the country, including, I might add, my own institution. All of us in low vision rehabilitation offer our congratulations and thanks to Dr. Williams and his staff for raising the standard of vision rehabilitation. I hope you'll continue for years to come.
Hi, my name is Dave Lichtenheld, and as a trustee for the Lichtenheld Family Foundation, I'd like to wish Spectrios a very happy 35th anniversary. I'm actually part of the second generation of the foundation to donate to the Spectrios mission. Our reasons for annual donations are mainly twofold. First, Dr. Williams has been such a vital part of improving the lives of friends like Graham Shepard, as well as our father, Rick. Our dad's final years were so vastly improved because Tracy Williams was able to give him the vision he needed to see his world and to read his daily newspaper, a very vital part of his life. Secondly, we continue to donate because of the Trios part of Spectrios' mission. They treat the head, the heart, and the eyes. And this type of complete program has been so vital in improving the lives of hundreds, maybe thousands of patients. So, thank you, Spectrios, and happy 35th birthday.
Happy birthday, Spectrios. I'm Anna Davia. I've been connected with Spectrios for many years, especially with their children's Seeing is Believing program that goes out to the schools and to take evaluations to the children where they can get glasses, magnifiers, telescopes, things to make their day easier and their learning better. And nothing makes it better than the child says, "Hey, I can see."
Hi, this is Trish Fisher, Executive Director of the Lions of Illinois Foundation, and I'd like to say happy 35th birthday to Spectrios Institute, 35 years of serving people with low vision. Also, happy 30th anniversary of our partnership with our Seeing is Believing program. And here's to 30 more years of serving the community and continue our mission to serve those and making a difference. Happy birthday and happy anniversary.
Hi, this is Tom Dorr with a shout out to my friends at the Spectrios Institute. Now, I was a TV announcer in Chicago for a long time, and I know what people like in Chicago. They like winners and they like hope. At Spectrios, you give people hope that maybe had given up all hope. You really help people. What a great calling. Happy 35th birthday. Here's to 35 more terrific years of helping people in the Chicago area. Keep doing a great job. Good luck.
This is Leah from sunny New Mexico. I want to wish everybody at Spectrios Institute a very wonderful 35th anniversary. Having started there in 1986 and worked for 32 years, I know the wealth of knowledge, the camaraderie, and the wonderful work you do. You provide patients with a new sense of independence, of dignity, of sense of community, and help them become the people they want to be. Happy 35th anniversary.
Hey, what's up? It's Eddie Volkman. Used to be Eddie and Jobo. Now I'm at Star 96.7. And a big happy 35th anniversary to the Spectrios Center for Low Vision. What's up, Dr. Williams? I got friends with low vision, so they go to Spectrios for their precision. Wait, wrong format.